Yo guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel Maxi_1204, and today I'm going to be predicting the World Cup 2022. We will be using the FIFA website, but before we start, please make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more content coming. Group A at the 2022 World Cup contains three-time losing finalists the Netherlands, reigning AFCON winners Senegal, and hosts Qatar alongside with South American qualifiers Ecuador. The Netherlands head into the World Cup 2022 opening game with Senegal on a 15-match unbeaten run. The Dutch have never failed to make it at the World Cup group stage in 10 previous attempts, but they will be playing in their first World Cup in 8 years, having failed to qualify for the 2018 tournament in Russia. Senegal head to Qatar as reigning African Cup of Nations champions, following their success at AFCON earlier this year, beating Egypt on penalties in the final after a 0-0 draw. Host Qatar will attempt to avoid becoming only the second host nation to be knocked out in the first round of a World Cup tournament after South Africa in 2010. Arguably, the opening game against Ecuador is the easiest challenge on paper, at least. The South American nation are in decent form coming into the tournament with just one defeat in 14 matches, but 8 of those have been draws. In the end, I think Qatar will fall at the first hurdle. Senegal and the Netherlands will be too strong for them, and I even go as far as predicting they'll finish bottom of Group A. In first place, Netherlands, second, Senegal, third, Ecuador, and fourth, Qatar. Group B contains England, Wales, USA, and Iran. England have been predicted as overwhelming favourites to make it out of Group B at the Qatar 2022 World Cup. Despite England's recent run of terrible form, they are winless in their last 6 games in all competitions, the longest run since April-June 1993. However, England did set the best goal difference in the group stage of the European qualifiers for the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Iran have never progressed past the group stage in 6 previous attempts at a World Cup tournament. In the final round of Asian World Cup qualifiers, Iran conceded just 4 goals in 10 matches, so they'll be difficult opponents to break down. The United States qualified for the 2022 World Cup, but flattered to deceive overall finishing behind both Mexico and Canada in the CONCACAF qualification region. I also believe that the USA will be the underdogs of this group. The World Cup group is completed by those who are playing in their first World Cup finals tournaments since 1958. That 68-year gap is the largest between 2 appearances from a single nation in the World Cup history. In conclusion, I think England will top this group even though they have got a bad attack right now, and the underdogs of USA will come in second, Iran will come fourth, and Wales will come third. In Group C we have Saudi Arabia, Mexico, Argentina and Poland. Argentina won the Copa America last year on Brazil's home turf, and that accounts for just a handful of matches on an unbeaten run that's now reached 35. Mexico's performance in the World Cup in the last few years has been very good. However, in this World Cup I think they will get knocked out in the group stage, and Poland will make it go through with the likes of Robert Lewandowski. So in the end, I think Argentina first, then Poland, then Mexico, and lastly Saudi Arabia. Group D at the 2022 World Cup consists of current world champions France, a team that's defeated them twice recently, Denmark, and 2 teams with a lot of work to do if they're going to get a 4th match in Qatar. France have no N'Golo Kante or Paul Pogba in this World Cup. Yet I still think France will top this group and go to the round of 16. Denmark will come second. Australia will get 1 win against Tunisia, meaning Tunisia will come 4th. Every World Cup needs a group of death. In 2022, Group E is indeed that group, containing 4 times winners Germany, 2010 champions Spain, alongside an underrated Japan side and qualifiers from CONCACAF Costa Rica, who are previously of escaping tricky groups. Spain's are favourites to emerge in top spot for Group E, however I don't think this will be the case. Despite this, Spain have struggled to find a like-for replacement for the World Cup record scorer David Villa. Germany are in a major tournament without Joachim Löw at the helm for the first time since the 2006 World Cup. Hansi Flick will be looking to evaluate Joop Derwaal as the last manager to win a major tournament with Germany at the first attempt. Don't sleep on Japan though, they came to Qatar in an excellent form, having just lost twice in 30 matches since October 2021. Mauricio's side won their opening game in 2018 World Cup against Colombia, and while they'll be outsiders to replicate their feat against Germany, it will be no means to be straightforward. And that is why I think Germany will top this group, then Japan, Spain will come third, and Costa Rica will end this group in 4th place. Group F contains two sides who enjoyed the 2018 World Cup, Belgium who came third, and Croatia who were ultimately beaten by the finalist France. Canada are only making their second World Cup appearance, while Morocco have qualified for the second World Cup in a row. So let's get straight to the results. I think Belgium will come first, Croatia second, Canada will sadly be knocked out in 3rd place, and Morocco will come last. Group G reminds me of the 2018 group where it was France, Switzerland, Costa Rica and Serbia, but instead this time we have Cameroon. Group G contains 5-time champion Brazil, World Cup regulars Cameroon, and two potential European dark horses in the form of Serbia and Switzerland. One glittering name that leaps out of Group G is Brazil, World Cup favourites and the only nation to have won the trophy 5 times. It's been 20 years since they last won it. Brazil are the only nation to take part in every single edition of the World Cup, and they have finished top of their group in the first round in every World Cup since 1982. The last time Brazil failed to get out of the group was when they suffered a brutal anti-football treatment back in 1966. The rest of Group G looks very close running thing. If all 3 teams lose to Brazil, then it's essentially a 2-game playoff to reach the second round, and that can only play into the hands of Serbia, who boasts the battering ram that is Aleksandar Mitrovic. Switzerland then are narrowly leading. Brazil will top the group, Switzerland second, Serbia third and Cameroon last. And now to our final group. Group H contains 2-time champion Uruguay, World Cup regulars South Korea, one of Africa's most historic performers Ghana, and Cristiano Ronaldo's side Portugal. I'm not going to be talking a lot about this group, but this is my final prediction. Uruguay in 1st place, Portugal 2nd, South Korea 3rd, and Ghana 4th. And now to a round of 16. So I'm not going to be talking much about this, but I'm just going to go straight to who I think I'm going to win. So in the first game we've got Netherlands versus USA. I think Netherlands going to get the win. Our second game is going to be Argentina versus Denmark. Argentina is going to get the win here. Our third game is going to be Croatia versus Germany. Germany is going to grab the win here. And our fourth game is going to be Brazil versus Portugal, and Brazil will take the win here as well. Right, let's get to the second half. England is versus Senegal. I think England's going to win. France versus Poland. France is going to grab the win here. Belgium versus Japan. Japan is going to lose sadly, and Belgium will go through. Uruguay versus Switzerland. Uruguay will win with the likes of Luis Suarez and Darwin Núñez. Here as well, I'm going to go quickly through Netherlands versus Argentina. Argentina is going to grab the win. Brazil versus Germany. Sadly, Germany's World Cup story will end here and Brazil will go through. England versus France. France is going to grab the win here. And Belgium versus Uruguay. Uruguay will get knocked out and Belgium grabs the win to get a semi-final versus France. Even though Argentina have Messi, I think this will be the end of the story, and Brazil, with the likes of Neymar and Rodrigo and Vinicius, will go through into the final, and they will verse, I believe, France will get knocked out, and Brazil will verse Belgium in the final. Here we go, it's a big game, Brazil versus Belgium in the final. Brazil, who I think will win the World Cup, however, Belgium will make a tough game, and I think the result of the final will be 2-1 to Brazil. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe as it helps the channel grow even bigger. Thank you, it's nice been talking to you, your Maxic_1204.